Okay, so let me get this on the right. Okay, you guys, welcome to our call tonight. I am sincerely so excited to chat with all of you tonight. We have some very exciting things to share, but also very simple and basic things. Raise your hand if you like simple. I love simple, right? That's what we are going to do tonight, is share with you some simple, very foundational things that are truly going to help you move forward in your business. I know we have some brand new people on this call that are kind of like, hey, I want to do this, and maybe inside you're kind of like, I don't know if I can do this. Raise your hand if you felt like that. I totally felt like that. I was like, yes, I want to do it. And then I was like, maybe I don't know. Because it's kind of a lot to learn, right? And it's really easy to start questioning and comparing yourself and all that BS. But we're here tonight to simplify this for you. We want you to feel empowered. We want to give you some action steps. And we want to encourage you to take this one baby step at a time. Because everybody that you see, oh, yes, I'm going to work on making sure everybody's muted. If you're not muted, that would be super helpful if you can mute yourself. I know on phones it's a little harder. So let me see if I can see anybody who's not muted. Okay, that should be good. Because I know that coming away with a couple of action steps and even just expanding your vision just a little bit on this call will be a win. So if you're brand new, let's just pretend that we're like in a big circle and we're like, it's okay, you can do this. We're here for you. We've been exactly where you are. We've felt the same feelings, but we're here to help you and hold your hand and walk with you step by step as we take baby steps together on this journey. So let me introduce myself first of all. I'm going to turn this to speaker view so that's, wait, I don't know if that works. It's not showing. Okay, we'll just leave it like this for now. I like to see your faces anyway. Okay, so my name is Christy Jex. I am a Sapphire Ambassador with this company. That means nothing to you newbies, but guess what? Later on in the call, we're going to show you a little bit about the comp plan. We're going to show you how it's laid out, so you'll know what that means a little bit more in a minute. But I have been sharing these products for just over 2 years and been taking them for about 2.5 years. My journey's been an absolute roller coaster. So amazing though, overall, like if you were to zoom way out on my journey, nothing but blessings, so exciting. So many life-changing things have been brought into my life and my family's life through this opportunity and through the last 2 years. But there's been some up days, some amazing up days, and there's also been some down days where it's felt hard. And there's been things that I've had to work through, lots and lots of personal growth. So if you're looking at me and you're like, oh, see, but she's this, that, and that, and I'm not, I can't do this because I'm not like her. No, 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 no. I want to tell you, there's so many different personalities that are able to make this work. You will be so blown away when you see all the jewels that are totally different from us. We have introverted people that are super successful. We have extroverted people that are super successful. We have everything that you can dream of, and in the jewels and in the diamonds. And when you watch the diamond documentaries, you'll see that yourself. Everybody can make this work, and we want to empower you. We want to help you believe that, because I know it's really easy to start comparing, but that is definitely not going to get you where you want to go. And so we want to let you know that there's all sorts of people that are successful with this business, all sorts of personalities. So just really quickly to tell you, I'm going to focus mostly on my business testimonial and my business story, so that you can kind of glean some things and maybe you can relate with some things that I share, because that's the goal, is to relate with you, to empower you, to give you baby steps, and to expand your vision so you can really, really understand what it is that you have your hands on. Like I said, I started sharing this business about 2 years ago. I did not start sharing right away, and there's a reason for that. It's because I was the snottiest, skeptical girl you had ever met in your life. I was the heckler that was like, oh, look at your miracle products. They're so amazing. And oh, you're making money with this business. Ah! That was me. I was snotty. I was so snotty. So when I first started the products, I was desperate, so desperate for change. My health was in the toilet. I was facing a very grim reality of a fork in the road, being sickly and not being able to show up for my family and then making a change. And I was committed to make a change because I know that God didn't put me on the earth to survive. I knew he wanted me to thrive, and I knew he had a purpose for me that was much bigger than getting through my days, much bigger than surviving. I was sick and tired of that, and I was like, nope, I'm going to do something different. So I started the products. I didn't share right away. So here's what I want you to get from that. If you have reached out to people, or if you have ambassadors on your team right now that are saying, don't ever ask me to share, I'm never going to do it, smile and nod and say, okay. But just know there's hope, because I was one of those people that was like, Emily Gibson, no way. Back up your bus, stay away from me, not doing it. But when I got my miracle, and when God worked on me, and when I really searched for an answer, I got my answer, and it was so clear that I needed to show up in this way, and that there were people waiting for me to show up and share these products. So don't let those people get you down. When you hear people say, oh, that's really sweet, I'm never doing the business, don't ask me, smile and nod, keep them on your list, and be so loving and so genuine and so unconditional. When the timing is right for them, they will come to you, and you could very well have a Christy Jex who seems really snotty and seems really bratty, but then when that moment comes, she's gonna go, all right, let's do this, and then your business explodes, and you have a sapphire on your team, right? So don't discount people that say they don't want to share. You got to keep that faith in your heart, and you've got to know that the timing is about them, and when the timing is right, if it's supposed to happen, you can have an explosion on your team, and that's just part of, it's kind of the fun of this business. You just don't know who's going to come from where, when. So when I got my answer and I decided I was going to start sharing, and it was a very, very inspired answer, I hit the ground running. And this is the one thing I want to tell you. I grilled Brooke and Emily, and I said, now tell me, do you really make money in this thing? Because most people don't make money. So if you're sitting here and you're brand new and you're going, do people really make money? It's okay. I thought the same thing. Emily thought the same thing. I look at all these faces. Everybody thinks that, because a lot of companies out there don't make any money. People don't make money. They spend money on inventory, and they have to sell the product, and they actually never end up making a profit. So I grilled them, and I said, you got to tell me, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be unclassy. You need to tell me how much you're making, because I need to know that this is going to be a win for the people I'm sharing with, and a win for myself and my family. If I'm going to sacrifice time for my family, it needs to be worth it. And you guys, I'm here to tell you, if you're brand new, people make money in Plexus. It is friggin' fantastic. We're going to go into that a little bit more later, but that was my attitude, and I grilled Brooke and Emily. When they told me what they were making, they were like senior ruby and emerald at that point. Emily was a senior ruby, just about to hit emerald, and then Brooke was a brand new emerald, if I remember right. And they were making like, you know, $7,000, $11,000 a month was what they told me. And I was like, whoa, what are you doing? Talking about vitamins? This is kind of cool. Because I knew the products worked. My belief was through the roof with the products, because I experienced them changing my life. So at that point, you guys, when I got my answer for myself, and I knew dang well I was supposed to do this, and it was his thing, not my thing. I didn't want to, but when I got my answer, I said, okay, tell me what to do. You tell me exactly what to do, and I will do it. Even if it makes me have sweat tacos. You know what that is, when you get sweaty because you're nervous? Because it's out of your comfort zone, right? You get the sweat tacos, and you're like, ah! You kind of get that shaky feeling, and you're like, I don't know if I can do this. That's a good thing. That means you're stretching your comfort zone. The more you stretch, the more you make in this company. The more you grow, the more you raise your lid and you step into growth, the more you're going to deserve to make with this compensation plan. So I said, you tell me what to do, I will do it. And guess what? That's what they tell me now when people say, well, what's the deal with Christy? Like, how was she able to have success? They say she was a really good listener. And that's one thing I can do. When I know I'm supposed to do it, I want to listen to the people that are successful. Like, I don't want to try to reinvent the wheel. Heck no, tell me what to do and I'll do it. And keep it simple and give me one baby step at a time and I'll do it. And that is what I did. I was extremely coachable. I still am. To this day, I'll say, what do you think? Is there anything I can do better with that? What's your feedback on this? Be coachable. Listen to what people have already done that works. And then that will be shortcutting so that you can get success faster and possibly circumvent some learning experiences, AKA those like really deep valley days where you wonder if you can really do this. The more coachable you are, the quicker you'll have success, and maybe the less pain you'll have along the way. So I was really coachable, and I said, you tell me what to do, I'll do it. Guys, we enrolled 15 people my first week, okay? That's not typical. That is not normal. So don't think, oh, dang it, that's not happening to me. See, I can't be successful because Christy did that. I didn't do that. That wasn't normal, but I had already talked to people about health and thyroid issues and all that for years. People knew I'd been suffering, and I'd gone the functional medicine route, and I'd done the really strict diet. So it happened really quick for me because I'd already prepared that infrastructure of people listening to me. I already had an audience when it came to health because of that. So it went crazy at first, and then I've had times that were just like, woo, so much momentum, so exciting. It seems so easy. We've been on the leaderboards. We hit Emerald in about a year, which is pretty good. Emerald's a 6-figure a year income, so that's pretty awesome. But it didn't always stay like that amazing momentum. There have been times where I open my back office and I'm like, okay, time for me to drum some shiz up. That's what I call it. Time to dig in, create some business, time to reach out to some new people. And that's okay. That's part of the journey. We're on track to be diamond in the next few months. It's amazing. The whole journey is amazing. There's ups, there's downs. It's been incredible. But you guys, I want to tell you that your journey is going to look like your journey. You're going to have a different journey. But the thing you have control over, and this is what I wanted to touch on with my story, you have control over your commitment, right? I knew when I started that I would stick with it. I'm just not a flaky person when it comes to when I decide I'm doing something, I decide and I'm not going anywhere. The hard days come, they come, even still. And I am able to say, guess what? It's okay. I'll quit Plexus today and I'll start again in the morning, right? As long as you just keep starting every day, you're going to make it and you're going to change your family's life. Now, a little bit about my family situation. So when we started, my husband had a really great job. He was providing really well. He's always been a really great provider, really hard worker, but he's in sales. And sales can be, woo, really, really good, and then it can be really, really hard, right? We were kind of in the middle of a hard time. So my motivation was, okay, what if I can help us pay off some debt? Just what if? Actually, my motivation was if we could get a motorhome. That's what I really want. I'm still going to get that someday. If we can get a motorhome and we can pay off debt, that would be amazing. That would totally be worth it. So I kind of thought, I'll just be a side little gig while my husband's doing his thing. I do hair part-time. I can just add this in the cracks of my life. Well, things changed, and after we hit Emerald, we have 4 small kids, and we made the decision to have my husband go part-time so we can do life together and keep moving forward together. And this opportunity has totally transformed our family's dynamic. My husband's home from noon on every single day. It's the best thing ever because I want him out of here for a few hours, right? I need to be the mom. I need to have some alone time with my kids, and he needs to go dig in and do his thing. And then he comes home at noon when I'm like, okay, I'm ready to switch gears. Like, I've had my mama time. People are ready to have a nap. I'm ready to move on. And financially, it has just changed everything for our family. We have never not had to worry about money. Can you relate to that? We've always had to worry about money. Even though we were both hard workers. Raise your hand if you can relate to being worried about money. We always had to worry about money, even when he was doing super well. I don't know why, but we always had too much month at the end of our money, and it was stressful, and it put this look on my husband's face that makes me tear up, and it makes me have a throat, like a tight throat. I was sick and tired of seeing that stressful look on my husband's face. I was sick and tired of our decisions being dictated by, well, is it even possible with the money that we have? Like, how can we make this stretch? What can we cut out? No, we can't do that because we don't have enough money. I was sick and freaking tired of it. I was like, no, we are not put on this earth to survive. I want to thrive. We were meant to have abundance. I'm ready to dig in and create abundance. And you guys, that's exactly what it's done for us. We don't worry about money anymore. We get to plan our lives based around what we feel is best for us. We get to go school shopping because it's time to go school shopping. We don't have to go get credit cards and figure out creative ways to make things work. We had to do that forever, and it sucks. I was sick of it, and I was committed to end that crap. It's ended for us. We don't worry about money. We're on our way to being debt-free. We've paid off a ton of our debt. It has been absolutely, like, liberating. And it's just changed the dynamics in our marriage. My husband and I have had a history with hard marital issues. a lot of it from health issues, and a lot of it from financial stress. Guess what? It's changed that dynamic for us. And that is a huge deal, and it can do the same thing for you. Okay, so first of all, I want you to figure out what your why is. So if you're going to take notes, I would definitely get a pen and paper, because we got Emily Gibson, Brooke Hemingway coming up. You're going to want to hear what they have to say and write some things down. First of all, figure out what your why is. You're here. You're starting to think about sharing Plexus. You're starting to catch a little bit of the vision. But you have to figure out why you're going to do it. For me, it was very divinely orchestrated. That was a huge part of my why. But again, I was sick and tired of seeing that look on my husband's face, the stressed one. I was done, like done. The pain of change was less than the pain of staying the same. I was sick and tired of staying the same, and I said, I'm doing this. There's going to be sweat tacos involved. There's going to be some sacrifices, but I know that we can change this, and I was committed. So what is it that's your why? Figure out what your why is, and don't say $500 a month. That's great. Dig deeper. Why would that $500 a month make a difference for you? Figure out what that would look like in your home. Why would that be a blessing? What would it do for your family to have an extra $500 a month? What would it do for an extra $1,000 a month? How about $10,000 a month? What would that do for your family and for your life to be able to have that kind of income coming in around what you're already doing? I want you to dig in and get really passionate about your why. The more emotionally tied you are to your why, the easier the road is going to be, because there's going to be ups and downs. But if you are emotionally anchored in your why, and you know why you're doing this, and you are committed, it's going to make those bumps less. They won't affect you as much, because you're so fixed on your vision and you know exactly why you're doing this. So that's what I would say first, is really get clear on your why and get really emotionally tied to it so that it feels very personal to you. Next, we're going to talk about your first goal, which is going silver. Now, most of you know what silver is, I'm sure, but if you don't, I want to explain to you what silver is. And I'm going to mute people so we have a nice, clean recording. So, silver is when you yourself have 100 PV, which basically just means you're buying your own products. You're buying the triplex or more, or 100 PV worth of product. And then you have 3 people that you've personally told about Plexus that have also ordered at least the triplex or 100 PV worth of product. All the product has a different amount, but just to keep things simple, it's about $100 worth of product. So you've told 1, 2, 3 people, and you all have that in the same month. So you've ordered your product, and you have 3 people that you've personally told about Plexus that order their $100 worth of product. That is silver. That's the building block of everything that we do. It seems really simple, because it is really simple, but the simpler we keep it, the more effective we can be. Because you guys, that's all we do, is help people go silver. That's truly the very most foundational and fundamental thing that we do that is simple. Everybody knows 3 to 5 people that would just do it because they trust the person. It's very simple, but that's what this is all about. So your first goal, if you have not done this yet, is to go silver. So you want to think of 3 people that trust you, that love you, that you can say, I want you to do this with me. Things are more fun to do as a group. I want you to join me and do this with me so we can get healthy together, or whatever your reason why is. And I want to tell you, this month we have an amazing incentive from Plexus. You're going to get double the normal bonus that you would normally get. So you hit silver, you're going to make $275 for just helping 3 people get started with Plexus. That's incredible. So that's going to pay for your first month and then some. And that's really as simple as it is. We want to go silver ourselves, and then the goal is to help other people go silver. So guys, does that seem pretty simple? Silver, are you catching on to this? That is very, very simple. So if you haven't done it, do it for yourself. If you've already done it, look on your team and see who you can help go silver, because that's going to start to expand your team, and it's going to start to help your business grow. Okay, so one of the ways that that's very effective to get started is this amazing thing called social media. Guys, back in the day, people had to gather everybody in their living room and tell them about Plexus. And we still do that because it's effective as well. But we're so blessed that we have an audience of hundreds of people, most of us, waiting to hear what we have to say. So if you haven't posted yet, talk to your sponsor. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty of that right now, but posting on social media, being genuine, be yourself. You guys, if you sit there and think, I don't want to be that pushy person, then don't be. You don't have to be. I've never once posted about something that didn't feel genuine to my heart, and we've been able to have a lot of success with this company. So be yourself. Share your heart. Share what you're excited about. Your friends and family want to know what you're doing because they love you and they care about you. And the thing is more people suffer than we have any idea. So many people are silently suffering and we don't even know. They don't talk about it. They don't go on Facebook and say, my life sucks. I feel like like I can't get up in the morning. I sleep for 3 hours. Like, people don't want to tell you. They want to say, things are great. Things are wonderful. But so many people suffer. So don't be afraid to share your heart on social media and get the word out about Plexus. That's one of the most effective ways to get started. And again, we have awesome verbiage that you can get. We have some ideas for you. Get with your sponsor and say, I want to do a post. What would that look like? Help me write it. And we're going to help you word for word, figure something out that feels comfortable to you, that's effective, that you can share. So that's number one. The last thing I'm going to share, and then I'm going to turn it over to my amazing mentors and friends, is intentional. Okay? How many of you feel like you're busy? Raise your hand if you feel like, oh, I'm so busy already. How could I ever do Plexus? How could I find room for anything else in my life? I felt that exact same way, and it was true. And when you talk to a lot of people that are successful, it seems like they could never do this. But I want to share the word intentional. If you've not written that, write it in big letters on your piece of paper. Write intentional. This is not about spending hours and hours and hours a day. This is about being intentional with your time. It's about figuring out what action steps can I take today that will move me closer to my goal. Is it making a post? Is it following up? Is it reaching out to some brand new people and offering them the opportunity to learn about these products? Is it helping someone on your team go silver? Being intentional with your time and focusing on those income producing activities with complete intentional action is going to move you. That is how I've gotten where I am. I have not spent 8 to 10 hours a day working. I never have. Last day of the month, it's a little crazy, maybe 8 to 10 hours a day. But that's okay. For the income that we get, I will totally do that. I have been extremely intentional with my time. I bust it. When I'm working, my cheeks get hot because I'm like not in a panicked way, but I'm very focused on what I'm doing, and I want to bust that out because we have families. We have other responsibilities. We have husbands. We have wives. We have people that depend on us, and we can't just work 8 to 10 hours a day in the beginning and expect that to work long term. You can set aside 30 minutes a day. Guys, who has 30 minutes a day to build a business that brings you 6 figures? If you have 30 minutes to an hour a day, even 15 minutes, then you can do this. Decide what you're going to give up. I gave up The Bachelor. I was like, I like that train wreck. It's really fun to watch, but my train wreck does not bring me 6 figures a year. I'm done. So I cut off my Bachelor. I cut off just brainless scanning on social media. I don't do that anymore. Decide what it is that you're willing to sacrifice and put Plexus in there, and you can do this with intentional time where you are laser focused and you are consistent. It's like that slow drip of water on a piece of rock. If a slow drip of water drips day after day, it doesn't seem like it's going to do anything. What's it going to look like after a year? It's going to make a dent. After 2 years, it's going to wear away that rock. That's what we're talking about, is intentional, consistent, slow drips on your business every day, or maybe 5 days a week. That's what's going to make you successful. Okay, I get to turn the time over to my beautiful friend, Emily. She's going to share about the power of third-party validation through three-way messages, through sip and sees, and this woman is a top producer in the company. We're so blessed and lucky to have her as a leader, and I'm so excited to hear what she has to say. So Emily, take it away, babe.
Christy, I love you so much. Thank you for that sweet introduction. Okay, so to start off, I want to share about what it took for me to go silver. And I thought maybe that would be helpful for you, because we did not have any of the systems that we have now. And I think that is one of the reasons why I struggled a little bit. First off, the smartest thing I did to go silver was to make a post on social media sharing my story. Christy's talked about that a lot. I know that's how we got her started as well. I think that is just the first step. Just the first step. It's not the last step. It's not the middle step. It's just the first step. And it's what steps you do after that that will determine what you do and how much you earn with Plexus. So step number 1, post on social media. Step number 2 is everything after that that actually counts. Okay, so if you have posted on social media and you got nobody to like or comment on it, that's okay, because I really feel like the first post is just that one step. The steps that you take after are to utilize third-party validation tools. There is more than one third-party validation tool. My favorite third-party validation tool is a video that's less than 2 minutes that you can find in your back office. It's the Triplex video, and it is one that I have in the notes on my phone that, I don't know, do you want me to put it here in the, comments, Christy, of this? Yes, sure. She's nodding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll
so when would you use a video like this? Again, this is saved in the notes on my phone, so it's very easy to access. I've just put the link there for you in the chat box on the right, so you can copy and paste it. Be aware, if you are using this video, it is linked to my back office. So maybe watch it for yourself, see how great it is, and then go find it with your own personal link in your back office. And if you can't, honestly, I don't know if it matters, because I've never had anyone order straight from that link. So it's probably okay if you use that link. And if anything were to ever happen, we would fix it. So there's the link right there. Why would you use that link? Well, I use this link so much on Instagram and Facebook when people ask me, what is Plexus? I used to leave 4 and 5 voice messages talking on and on about the science, and then people would have to take the time to listen to them, and sometimes they didn't. They were too busy. How could they listen? And now I just send this video. So when they say, what is Plexus? I say, oh, watch this short video. It's less than 2 minutes. And then they watch the video, and then I say, did you watch the video? And they say, yeah, I watched the video. And I say, great. What interested you the most about the video? And then they said, well, I really want to lose weight, and I really, have trouble with my mood and sugar cravings. And I say, oh my gosh, perfect. So I would recommend the Triplex for you. And then they say, well, what's in the Triplex? And I say the pink drink, the probiotic, and the bio cleanse. And then they usually say, how much is that? And then I tell them, well, the cost is $133 plus shipping and tax, because it includes membership. After that, it's $114 plus shipping and tax each time you order those same 3 things. I might also make other recommendations if they're having pain for the ease, sleep problems, Mega X, weight loss, the lean shakes, things like that. But maybe they're not ready to order at that point. Maybe you've sent them the 2-minute video. That's your third-party validation tool. Maybe you've made a suggestion for the Triplex, and they're not quite there yet. They're not quite on board with the idea. And so then what I would recommend that you do is say, you know what? I know you're still thinking about Plexus, and I don't want to rush that at all, but I was really thinking how much I would love for you to hear my friend, insert your sponsor's name, story. If your sponsor is Christy, if your sponsor is Harmony, if your sponsor is Aubrey, if your sponsor is Emily, their name goes there. So for example, you would say, gosh, I really, I'd love for you to hear my friend Emily's story. Would you mind if I start a 3-way message with you, me, and Emily? And then she can share her story with you, and you can ask her any questions that you might have. Would that be okay if I start that message? At that point, you can start a 3-way message. Another tool that I personally just did for my team that you might want to consider doing for yourself is a compliant short video sharing your story your health and financial story, so that if you are not available, rather than starting a three-way message, your team member can send this video of your story to that person that they can then watch. I just created this today, and I am excited to see how this works for everyone. But I wish I would have done it a lot sooner. And it's something that is great for you to share with someone so that you can have an impact on someone's life. Maybe you're talking to someone in Instagram that doesn't know you, or maybe you're talking with an old friend from high school and they're asking you for your story, but you're at the rodeo with your kids and you feel like it's awkward to send voice messages sitting at the rodeo, and you can say, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're interested. Let me grab my story really quick, and you can watch the video of me sharing my story. So this is a great tool for you to have for yourself, and also for you to say, hey team, I finally have my story in a 7-minute YouTube video. I've also included my financial testimonial, so you can share it with anyone, right? So not only is it a third-party validation tool, it's a time saver for you to duplicate yourself so that you can send your story to anyone that you're talking to, but it's also a duplication device and a third-party tool for your team to use of you. Some tips that I would give you for making a video like this, because it's literally taken me 2.5 years to work up the courage to make this video. I've put it off, I've put it off, I've put it off. We've talked about doing them before. We've made every excuse in the book. And finally today I was like, freak, I need this video because I've got 2 runners. So they need something easy and I can't be there for them all the time. So advice that I would do for this video: start by introducing yourself. Who are you? What is your name? And say something like, maybe you're considering using Plexus. If you're watching this video, you might be considering using Plexus. And I'm so excited that you're looking into it, because I was in your shoes once before when I was looking into Plexus. My health was in X, Y, and Z condition. And I don't know if your health is in that condition. Maybe it's better than mine. Maybe it's worse than mine. Either way, I'm excited that you're learning about these products, because as I used them, what I've found is they helped me with this, and they helped me with that, and they helped me with this. And then as I shared that story with others, it started making me money. And then my friends started telling their friends, and they started making money. And all of a sudden, not only were my products paid for, but my husband no longer had to work on Saturdays. And now, 2.5 years later, we are a completely debt-free family. I hope you'll consider the products and what they can do for your life. And in doing so, I hope you'll be open-minded to the business opportunity that has changed us as well. Something so simple as that. And then when you watch it back, I want you to sit and watch it as if you are someone who knows nothing about Plexus. And if you're watching the video and you have questions in your mind that you didn't answer in the video, make some notes, make it again. You can make it as many times as you want. You don't have to do the first take that you share, although sometimes the first take is the best one. So some sort of a third-party validation tool is important to share. You can use that little 2-minute video from the Wistia link from Plexus. You can use maybe your story video. Maybe your upline is going to make a video because they're seeing this call and they're thinking, gosh, I really should make a my story video. That's what I called it, my story. That's a period. My story, period. I did it as unlisted on YouTube, even though I was very, very diligent in sharing my story compliantly. I always make my videos that might be a little bit on the edge of that. Meaning, we can't make any claims about diseases or things like that. But more importantly, I shared some figures about the debt that we'd paid off, and I just didn't want anyone to find it that might turn it in for something that they were mad that I said. So I did it as unlisted. I would encourage you to load yours to YouTube as unlisted as well, because then it's harder to find the link. So you can either have the Wistia link, you can have that link. If you've sent them 2 links and they're just not engaging and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you found something for you. Maybe they need a sample. So maybe you want to send them a stick of Slim for taste. Or maybe you've done that and they're still not budging. Maybe invite them to our 7-day challenge or a 3-day blitz. Or better yet, have your own sip and see. This is something that I want to drive home to you so much today, because I feel like there is this, and I know this was for me as well, there is this stigma around having a home party. Raise your hand if you have a stigma about having a home party. Okay, let's just push it out of the way and get the negative thoughts out of our mind, because guys, the home parties, they work. That's why people have done them for decades. That's why I still do them now. There is nothing that will help your new people and possibly yourself get to silver than gathering 5 to 6 of your friends and bringing them to your home to share your story, try the pink drink, and have them in a room with you and possibly your sponsor if they live close. I have people on my team who are local, lots of them, but I also have people that live out of state. I've done sip and sees through Zoom where they put me on their laptop and stick me in the center of their table. That is a really easy way for me to be in the room with them and run a sip and see as if I were there. What else? Oh, I want to talk about how to run a successful sip and see, some steps that you might take to do this. First of all, if you're talking to someone about having a sip and see, I wouldn't call it a sip and see. If you have a brand new person who is, just joined and they're saying, oh my gosh, I'm loving these products, they're so great, and I'm thinking about sharing, you're going to say, let's make a post on social media. And hey, are you free anytime in the next 2 weeks where I could come to your house and you could invite 5 or 6 of your friends? I could share my story. They could taste the pink drink. And if they want to sign up or purchase something, they can do that under your website. At no point did I say sip and see or party. I said, would you like to gather 5 or 6 of your friends, right? It's important to use verbiage that people understand, because if you say, hey, do you want to have a sip and see, and your person's brand new, they're going to be like, what is that? I don't know what that is. I can imagine what it might be. It sounds kind of hokey though. So I don't know if I want to be associated with something like that. Christy will tell you the first sip and see that she was invited to at my house, she literally sat in the back corner with X's over, like, this is the worst thing ever. And the only reason we're here is because there's free food. So, it's like, and that first sip and see was, it was okay, but there were things that I did wrong that I could have done better. So the first thing to remember about having a successful sip and see is you need to invite people. And then you need to keep track of who you've invited, who said yes, who said maybe, who said no. When you do this, I kept a list on my phone. And when someone said yes to me, I wrote the word yes next to their name. If they said no, I wrote no. If they said maybe, I wrote maybe. To the people that said yes, the day of the event, I messaged them and said, Sally, I'm so excited that you're coming tonight. I can't wait to share my story and for you to meet my friend Brooke, because Brooke was here from Hawaii. And I was like, so glad I'm not doing this alone. I'll see you at 7. And I shared my excitement that they were coming, and I'll see you at 7. And then for the people that said maybe, I sent them a message and I said, hey, I know you're thinking about coming tonight. I just want to let you know how important it is for me if you came. It would mean so much to me if you could come and hear my story. Are you going to be able to make it? And a lot of people, that got them out, even though they don't want to be there, because they wanted to support me as a friend. And some of those people actually signed up and are now gold ambassadors and senior gold ambassadors on my team. And of course, Christy Jex is a sapphire on my team. So you just never know what's going to come out of these. But the best thing that comes from these are, if you are doing it for yourself, you're showing up for yourself. And that builds trust within you that you can do it. You can do anything. And even scary things, you do it scared. And the second thing that it does, if you're going and doing this for your team, you're showing up for your team. You're showing up and you're giving your time and service to them, and that builds a sense of unity within your team like nobody's business. So you might do a sip and see and nobody shows up. That's happened to me more than I can count on 2 hands. You know what we do? We pull out the laptop and we message people because we're already there, and we eat the snacks. Sometimes it just happens. But then we plan it again another time. We try something different. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Think about, did I send enough messages? Did I follow up right? Why not? Well, maybe I need to work on my relationships. Maybe I did it on a Friday night where there was the homecoming game and nobody could come, like truly they couldn't come. Maybe think about doing it on a different day of the week next time. Be open. And when you fail, see it as an experience for how to succeed next. Experience it when you fail. Experience is what you get when you didn't get what you wanted. And just remember that always in this business. Because when you fail, that's the only difference between Brooke and Christy and I and all of you is we've had more people tell us no, more people quit on us, and we've failed more. And I remember when I first started Plexus, I had a sticky note. It's still in my binder that said diamonds are diamonds because they never quit. And more people quit on them. So just remember that. And if you need to write it somewhere, write it somewhere. But keep it simple and talk less in these messages with people. They really, sometimes when you share too much information, they don't want what you have anymore.
True.
That's all.
Oh, thank you. That was amazing. Okay. So beautiful Brooke she's actually out of town and she had to go. So my bad. I should have had her go first or something. Anyway, I just want to finish by sharing with you a couple of things that are going to excite you. First of all, I'm going to share with you let me share my screen here. And I'm going to share with you our income disclosure so that you can see how real this opportunity is. Let's see. Okay, can you guys see that? Can you see this income? Okay, so this is the average income of each rank in our company. So first we have our silver. This is average. So as you're building and as you're growing, you can make an average $422 a month. What would that do for your family? Again, how about $1,000 a month? How about almost $2,000 a month? How about almost $3,000 a month? How about $4,300 a month? How about $10,000 a month almost? How about $20,000? How about, whoa, guys, this is legit and this is real. Emily, nod your head if this is accurate. This is accurate, you guys.
That is below average for my pay, but that is average for most diamonds. But I will tell you, I make above average diamond pay. So that is accurate for average diamonds.
I wish I could see your faces right now, because for me, when I first learned about this, I was like, wait, but that has to be like an up to, right? There's a catch somewhere. There's got to be an up to or like a gotcha. No, this company is different, and these are actual numbers. If I look at my income, the growth over the last 2 years, it looks just like that for each rank. So what would you do? Just dream. What would you do if your income was like this? What would that do for your family? I mean, look at this. What would that do for you guys? What would you be able to do that you're not able to do now if you had this kind of income? I mean, this is pretty ridiculous, and we get to share our hearts about products that work. There's more to it. You can have hard days, but when it's boiled all the way down, that's what it's about. And this is pretty life-changing income. I mean, this is the average American is about a senior Ruby income. But most people even then live paycheck to paycheck, so they don't even feel like they take home any money, right? This is like doctor pay, guys. This is like surgeon pay. And we have this opportunity. You have your hands on this opportunity right now, and it's real. So I am going to stop my share. Okay, did you guys know that that's the income potential of this opportunity? Did you guys know that this was that legit? Like, it's real, and I want you to know that, and I want you to grab onto that and believe that, because this is a real opportunity that I have lived and seen it change everything for our family. And Emily, I've watched her journey. I've watched it. It's real. It's like I've seen it. I wish I could just say it more clear to you.
Go to bed.
This is a very.
No, she doesn't listen to me at all, ever.
Sorry, I'm going to. Oh, Lara, she's all, oh, it's okay. We love hearing your voice. Okay, so lastly, I know this is going a little bit long. I wish so much we had more time, but mindset. Okay, this is the make or break of this business, and this makes me so excited. Since I can remember, I've been obsessed with personal growth. Like, I always have a book I'm reading or something that I'm excited about or a program I'm doing. I am so all about personal growth, and the kind that like makes you remember who you really are. Like the kind that's like reminding you that you are a divine being that deserves abundance and that deserves to operate in a place of peace and joy and faith. And anything outside of that, the fear, the scarcity mentality, all of that, that's not who we really are. That's all BS. Did you know that? That's not real. The fears that we feel when we start to share and we get worried and we have the sweat tacos, that stuff comes from limiting beliefs that are actually not even real. What we are, who we really are, is people that deserve abundance. We are limitless beings that can truly create what we are committed to. I am so living proof of that. When we are committed and we take intentional, committed action and we keep our mindset healthy and we remember who we really are and we get clear on that and we keep reinforcing, it's a muscle of remembering who you are and filling yourself, filling your heart, your mind with positive thoughts that are true. That's when we really start to move and shake in this business. If you're having a lag in your business or if you're feeling like, oh, it's not moving as fast as I want, the thing I do is work on myself. I work on getting centered, getting intentional, and then taking action. Now, a little bit of action. My coach always says, ready, fire, aim, right? So often we have this like perfectionist mentality of, oh, I'm going to do this thing. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be A to Z perfectly laid out. And it's going to be so awesome and perfect. It's so much better to do ready, fire, aim, to ready, fire, and then go, oh, I'll move that a little to the right. Like Emily said, do the thing and then practice doing it again and again and again. Ready, fire, and then keep adjusting your aim. Taking action and keeping your mindset clean and being committed are the most foundational things that you can do. So I'm giving you a ticket to say, guess what? I'm going to commit to this journey. It's going to be a roller coaster. There's going to be ups. And I'm going to be like, I'm on top of the world. And then maybe the very next minute, you're going to be like, dropped. And you're going to feel like, oh, I can't do this. And it's going to knock the breath out of you. And you're going to say, oh, I really don't know if I'm the person for this. And oh, those people that were talking on that call, maybe they can do this, but I really can't. And then you're going to have the ups. And you're going to be like, wow, this is amazing. Just embrace it. People say, get off the roller coaster. And I say, no, enjoy it. When you're at the top, take a deep breath and enjoy it. And then when you're at the bottom, take a deep breath and enjoy it. And know that you're going to go up, you're going to go down. It's okay. That's part of the journey. So I'm giving you a ticket to ride that roller coaster. And I'm going to tell you, as long as you stay committed and you stay committed to taking action, you stay committed to becoming a better person, working on yourself, working out those kinks, working on relationships, you are going to be successful. So you can just take all the wonder and all the fear out of it and just know, commit yourself, work on yourself, take committed action every day, and you will be successful as you stick with it and you continue to take one baby step after the other. So that's really what we have to share with you. Does anybody have, what is a sip and see? Did you get that answered? Where you go to your house and you gather some friends and you sip the pink drink and you see what it's all about. That's what it is. Does anybody else have questions? I really hope that you feel empowered. I hope you leave this call feeling like, okay, here's my action steps. Of course there's more to do, but the goal is to give you 1 or 2 action steps, 1 or 2 baby steps, and expand your vision so that you can really start to move and really start to make this happen. So with that being said, I want to thank you so much for joining us. I want to tell you that we honor that you would take time to be with us tonight, or that you would take time at any point to watch this recording. And we know that you can do this. We know that you can do this and you can change your family's lives just like we've changed ours. So with that being said, kisses, hugs, thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are amazing, and we so look forward to connecting with you in the future. Bye, guys.